Good morning. So today we are going to learn about is drought. What is drought? Okay. Uh, Drought, in a simple sense, we can say that it is a dry spell. It is a dry season, right? And which results into low yielding of your agriculture, in a broader sense, right? Agricultural product. The aim and objective of learning what is drought is that we will be able to learn that uh, which are the areas which are prone to drought, or what is affecting, what are the basic factors that is affecting drought. All right. There can be endless number of reasons that is resulting into drought like situation. Then we will try to identify and understand what are the areas, that is the zonation of drought. Okay. So what are the areas which is completely prone to drought, and why it is prone to drought like situations, right? Now, why not all parts of the country is not falling prey to a drought, but only a few regions in the country? Why? There is the interior part of the country which is very prone to drought. There are also seen that there are areas and places which are receiving heavy rainfall during monsoon season, during raining season, but are still affected by a dry spell, and resulting into low yielding of your agricultural products in during that dry spell season, right? So at the end of this, we will understand key what are the causes of drought, what is the effect of drought, and how we can manage and mitigate the effects of drought in the country. All right. So we will also try to address the history and historical background and events that has happened in case of a drought, right? So coming to the point back is drought. Drought uh, is a process where the rainfall is short. All right. The shortage of rainfall causes drought. Okay. Now, a US Weather Bureau defines drought as a period of dry weather for sufficient length and severity to cause it at least and partial crop failure. So, least to partial crop failure is one of the signs that it is a drought year. Simply putting, drought is a period of drier than the normal condition that leads to weather related problems. So, when rainfall is below normal for a week, month, or even year, it brings about a decline in the flow of river uh, water, then streams, then even other water bodies also decline in its water content, right? So water supply, when there is a shortage of water supply problem increasing, that is a dry period, which we call is a drought year. Okay. So drought is one of the world's most costliest natural disasters that happens. It is a slow onset of disaster, but it is one of the most expensive that affects a country, so causing an average of about $6 to $8 billion global damage annually because of the drought. And this has been done by the Kansas and Ducap in the year 2002, has studied and come to a conclusion that the drought is a catastrophic event which is causing about $6 to $8 billion loss every year. Now, according to him, Dukrap explained that a drought is defined as a lack of rainfall as great as long it continues to affect the injurious uh, affect the plant and injury the plants and animal health and well-being. Okay. So the place and where it depletes, the water supply depletes both the domestic purpose and the natural processes are affected by the drought. Okay. So agriculture is the sector which is mostly affected by a drought condition. Okay, so in any agriculture sector which is depend obviously all the agriculture sectors are dependent on water. Okay, irrigation. So they, if the regions, if the areas do not have appropriate or sufficient amount of water for irrigating that field, what will happen is these plants that they have sown will not timely germinate, will not even if they grow, but they will not be able to yield the proper, what do you call, production, agriculture production. The yield will not be as to the mark. So drought has been a constant visitor in the Indian continent. Okay, so in India it has been a constant phenomena. Okay, so a study of drought in India during the past 100 years, that is taking from 1896 to 1995, reveals that the country experienced 19 drought, of which is 4 were very severe. So four severe droughts were experienced by the country in past a century. Okay, so these past century that has seen a severe effect of dry spells. The drought occurring in different regions of the world with increased frequency and severity has also played a very potential part in the our Indian subcontinent. In India, large part of country that is perennial, real and under recurring droughts, over 68% of the total area is prone to drought. In our country, it is about 68% of the land which is prone to drought. The chronicle drought prone areas is about 33%, while 35 is classified as a drought prone areas. So chronically drought prone areas, that is the severe drought prone areas, are about 33%, and out of which again, out of 68%, there is 35% of the land which is prone to moderate to moderate drought. The major drought years in the country that were recorded are 1877, 1899, 1918, 1972, 1987, 2002 has been recorded as a significantly drought year. So it this is has been taken from the study of Momita and Sujata study in 2013. The statistical details of the occurrence of the drought in India may be summarized as follows. Like in India, on an average, one of our 5 year is a drought year. Okay, so on an average, a severe drought is likely to occur in every 25 years. Right. So in 5 year period, the number of drought have not exceeded more than 3 in the recorded history of 125 years. Okay. So in last 10 year period, the number of drought have now exceeded more than 5, as compared to in the previous 125 years. So in recent times, in past 10 years, what we see is that it has been seen that we have been seeing the drought spell increasing more than 5 times in a 5 year period. Okay, so there is a likelihood of 1 to 2 droughts in every 5 years, and as a statistic would suggest. All right, but now if you see in the current scenario, if you go into the field, there are many parts of the country where in during the summer season or the dry spell faces a severe dry drought like situation where the agriculture product and agriculture field is dried up and does not yield anymore. All right, so historically little attention has been given to drought forecasting. So as aspects which is very important for the point of view of a drought preparedness and early warning, because of the emphasis and the crisis management, many societies have generated and moved one disaster into any other little, it has moved into more active disaster rather than this one. All right, but it has an effect on your daily life patterns. So meteorological drought, hydrological drought and agricultural drought are one of those are classifications of drought. So meteorological drought, what is a meteorological drought? A meteorological drought is related to deficiency in rainfall compared to the average mean rainfall received in that area. So, suppose in this region in Jaipur, if we have a rainfall average of about 150 to 200 millimeter annually. So, if there is a shortage of rainfall in this year, if it only falls, the rainfall this year only happens about 100 millimeter. So, there is a shortage of water. So, it is how much? It is almost about 50 to 60 sorry, 75 to 70 to 60% less of water what is supposed to be getting. So it will have a a significant amount of effect into the agriculture sectors. So like according to India, to the Indian Meteorological Department, meteorological drought occurs when the seasonal rainfall received over an area is less than 75% of its long term average. So there is a long term average of 30 years which is taken in consideration when we are talking about climate and weather. We always take 30-year span for any weather pattern to be significantly changing, right? So in over 30 years, when there is a 75% less rainfall received in that region, it is pronounced as a drought year. If the rainfall deficit goes beyond 25 to 50%, the drought is a moderate type of drought. The first one, 75% less rainfall, it is just a drought year announced. All right, well, that there is a dry spell, dry year. Okay, then the next, if you have 65 to sorry 25 26 to 50% of the less rainfall and precipitation received in that region, it will be categorized into moderate drought. Okay, now moderately drought regions, and then if it is if the rainfall drops below 20 sorry 50% of precise rainfall, then it is called as a severe drought year. So it will have a very very severe actions. What will happen here? The agricultural fields will start drying up. So now we are moving towards agricultural drought. Agricultural drought occurs when there is a insufficient soil moisture to meet the needs of the particular crop at particular point in the time, and a deficient rainfall over cropped area during the growing cycle can destroy crops and lead to poor quality of yield. So agricultural drought is typically witnessed after a meteorological drought, but therefore hydrological drought is also one of the cause of agricultural drought. Now, what happens here is whenever there is a less rainfall, which will subsequently happening and which will lead up to uh, a dry agricultural land where the soil will lose out its moisture, the water body will not have water in it, and the irrigation during the sowing season or the growing season of the crops, which will affect the crop yield, and affecting the crop yield will result in the shortage of food materials, resulting in drought, agriculture drought, because there will be a shortage of agriculture product in the market or of a very low quality if it is there. So this is how a dry land will look. It will start cracking up because less moisture will start cracking up the soil, and furthermore letting the moisture to escape from the surfaces. Now, hydrological drought is a deficiency in the surface and subsurface water supply. Okay, so when we come to hydrological drought, there is a deficiency of water in the surface and the subsurface supply of the water. So we can measure it through stream flow and all and lakes, the amount of water which is contained in a lake, reservoir, and groundwater level. So by exploring the areas like groundwater level, by checking the groundwater table, we can identify, or we can at least say that this is going to be a hydrological drought here, as the groundwater has gone down. Okay, the surface water has dried up, and the lakes and reservoirs does not have a enough water to cater for next season, right? So that then it is declared as a drought year, where agricultural activities will be hindered as it will not be able to irrigate its field. Okay, so now meteorological drought and hydrological drought work hand in hand, which affects the agriculture together. All right. Now, causes of drought. What are the basic factors which causes drought? Okay, so the behavior, irregular behavior of monsoon, the lack of average rainfall, delayed in rainfall with huge gaps of precipitation period, unequal distribution of rainfall, poor availability of drought resistant seeds, lack of watershed management, rapid depletion of forest cover, overuse of water, change in the land use practices, such as overgrazing and urban expansion, you know then industrialization. These are some of the causes that will affect the drought year. Okay, now now let's come here. Okay, so what happens here, the erratic behavior of any rainfall. Suppose in monsoon doesn't come properly, okay, in time, and this undelayed onset of monsoon will delay the sowing season, right? So as the sowing season is delayed, what will happen is the crops will obviously grow in a delayed time. So the season which is going to upcome will also affect the quality of the agriculture products which is going to be out in the market. Okay, similarly, when talk about what you called delay and or unequal distribution of rainfall, what happens is there are some places on the on your locality where you will not receive rainfall, or you must have seen that during rainy season one area of your society is or your city is receiving rainfall, the other part of the city is not receiving much of a precipitation. Maybe it is light showers and it stopped, and you talk to your friend, oh, it rained very nicely here, and the other friend replies to you that no, no, it is not raining here at all, it is just a drizzle. So that is the showing the disparities of various uh, precipitation pattern in the country. So this dissimilar unequal distribution of rainfall will result in into dry spells of the agricultural field. Similarly, it will also affect the groundwater table. If there is a delayed rainfall or less rainfall in that region, it will affect the groundwater table. How it will affect the groundwater table? It will the water which is groundwater is continuously, because in modern times we are extracting water from the ground, we are exploring groundwater, and with the population expansion and other human activities which is happening to extract water from the ground, is reducing the groundwater table, which is again affecting the agriculture sectors and other domestic purposes, right? So hence, unequal distribution rainfall will result into depletion of groundwater table. Then we have a poor quality of drought resistant seeds. Suppose you are growing a agriculture product which is not drought resistant, okay, which needs a lot of water. Like if you grow sugar cane in a desertic region, what will happen? Uh, you know, it will sugar cane are known to be a cash crop which yields a lot of money, but has a lot of return, but it will affect the water consumption in that region. So if you sow sugar cane in a dry area, it will require more water, and if you are not able to give proper water, proper irrigation to sugar cane, it will yield less. The quality of the sugar cane will be less. All right, hence it will affect the quality, the money in terms of return money will be affected. So hence water resistant crops and crops that is according to the region and the weather and the climatic conditions has to be sown in that area. So poor availability of drought resistant seeds and of the crops, and the poor management of agricultural pattern will also affect drought. All right, then we have lack of watershed management. So even if you receive heavy rainfall and there is a river flowing around, very close to you, but due to the poor watershed management, your area or your village is not receiving sufficient water to irrigate your field. So that will again affect that region in a local matter. It will affect the irrigation, affecting the drought years. So rapid depletion of forest cover is also affecting drought years. As the forest cover is depleted rapidly, it is also taking away a lot of what do you call, moisture from the atmosphere. Then it is not recharging the natural water cycle. So we know that forest cover attracts a lot of uh, uh, moisture on its way, right? It receives lot of rainfall while it is there is a dense cover of forest. But if you deplete it, if the forest is gone away, the water cycle is not recharged. Okay. Now uh, overuse of water. Now what happens in we tend to overuse water, like in domestic purposes, in industrial purposes, and in day to day life we are using water. Sometimes we so in as in a case of personally using also, while you are brushing, there are many people who tend to leave the taps open, right? The water keeps on running away, the fresh water is running away, it goes into the sewage, and the sewage water is then needed to be treated and then left into the water body, which again is going to either in some lakes or rivers, right? When it goes into the lakes and rivers, it changes the entire scenario. All right, so overusing and misusing of water can also lead to drought years. The change in the land use practices also affecting the drought conditions. Like we have studied about Chennai flood, where I have told you that these urban area, because the Chennai region has come out to be a big urban region, as it has filled up all the small ponds and lakes around, which used to act as a sponge during flood season, and they have started having developmental activities, different infrastructures coming up. Now, along with the flood years, Chennai also faces shortage of water. Why? Because all the natural water holes and water tables have been sealed, so that the surface water, when the precipitation happens, the water is not percolating under the surface, and the groundwater is not able to recharge. Then we are not able to have a proper water management while the surface runoff is happening. All right. So these are all the causes which will lead up to a drought year. All right. So going to next. Okay. So, what are the indicators of drought? Along with the precipitation field depicts additional variables such as evapotranspiration and stream flow are also used for to uh, more comprehensive characteristics of drought. All right. So, how do we have a more idea of a comprehensive idea of a drought here? Is that we see that these regions, they have a lot of water streams and flowing, and every year there's a large amount of evapotranspiration and what evaporation happens. And as the earth is, we are facing a global warming, the evapotranspiration and evaporations process has accelerated. So the use of a balanced model such as variables and indicators that are used to combine to drive a drought index. So meteorological indicators includes precipitation and cloud cover. Hydrological indicators include stream flow and groundwater. And in practice, however, some indicators such as precipitation, potential evapotranspiration, soil and vegetation cover characteristics have had a wide application and influence in the drought indicators. So these are the few indicators that direct us to understand that what has triggered the drought. So all right, there are also different parameters to measure the droughts also. So drought indices are quantitative measures that characterize drought level by assimilating data from one to several variables, such as precipitation and evapotranspiration, into a single numerical value. Okay, so precipitation and evapotranspiration happens in a single numerical value. Now the nature of the drought indices reflect different events and conditions. They can reflect the climatic dryness and anomalies. Okay, they can reflect climatic dryness and anomalies. All right, and they will what do you call the drought can generally be defined as an extreme presence of precipitation or deficiency of precipitation. So what are the various types of drought? We have meteorological drought, agricultural drought, and hydrological drought. So drought characterized by using drought indices, that is several meteorological drought, or hydrological drought or agricultural drought, have different parameters. Okay, now operationally, using the indices for the drought characterization, severe services and follows the purposes that drought detection and real time monitoring. It has been done by Nimir in 2008. Then Terskis and his authors in 2007 declares that the beginning of or the end of the drought period, and it has tried to describe how it begins and how it ends, allowing the drought managers to declare the drought level in the insight drought response measures. So drought evaluation also was done by Nimir in 2008. The impact and effect of drought. The immediate visible impact of monsoon failure is felt by the agriculture sector. So the impact passes on to the other sector, including industries, through one or more mediums like after agriculture. Agro-based industries are the areas industries which gets affected by the drought. Then a shortage of raw material and supplies to agro-based industries will occur, and reducing the rural demand of industrial consumptions will increase. Accelerating. There is another term which has been newly coined up, is called economic drought, where due to the lack of economic capability in you have a less agriculture yield, less buying capacity, and also economically driven. Okay, so impact is it will trigger large scale migration. It will trigger climatic forced migration, loss of life to livestock, a loss of agricultural product, loss of livelihood, and many more. Okay, so this is a image which shows the drought monitor. Okay, and you see the red lines are they are very highly drought prone areas. So taking from these region are very highly drought prone regions. Okay, now these are the some chronology of droughts and famine which has happened in India, starting from first century BC to the 20th century. In first century BC, Kashmir has faced one drought. Then in ninth century BC, AD, Kashmir has seen again one drought. Then again 11th century AD, India has seen two droughts at the Delhi, Bihar Bengal, Odisha, Rajasthan, and Kashmir. The entire region was affected by drought. Then 14th century, we had five droughts affecting Delhi, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Mysore, and Karnataka, Gujarat. So now you, as we go come towards the 20th century and 21st century, the number of drought prone regions are increasing. So first it started with Kashmir, and slowly it started affecting Delhi, Bihar, Bengal, Odisha, Rajasthan, and now after Rajasthan it has started joining in Gujarat. Then you have Himachal Pradesh also being affected by droughts, Bihar, Maharashtra being included in it, and so on. The slowly the areas are increasing of the getting drought prone regions. Drought in India have been ever since this the timeless modern times. We have seen many droughts, and it has triggered severe severe losses of life and property. Okay, the 20% of geographical 28% of the geographical area is most vulnerable to the drought. So deficiency is like of ranges between 22 to 59% is moderate, 60% is a severe drought. That is defined by the IMD India. Rajasthan is severely drought prone areas, Gujarat, Maharashtra, parts of Orissa, Andhra Pradesh. Now there is also another state called Telangana, Karnataka, interior parts of Karnataka, interior parts of Maharashtra, some parts of Tamil Nadu, some parts of Uttar Pradesh, some parts of Bihar are affected by droughts. Okay, so this is a case study. I will urge all of you to have a case study of your own. I have given a case study of Rajasthan. Similarly, I would like all of you to take up a case study from India itself, taking any region that you fancy, and make a case study and submit it to me. Okay. Apart from this, you go to your LMS and take the quiz, so that I know I how to evaluate you all. Okay. So have a nice day.